Hello, everyone. Welcome to the channel for everything Arsenal and everything football. Thanks for being here. I hope you're all doing well. And welcome to the player ratings for Tottenham against Arsenal. We lost again. That's 11 Premier League games, and we've lost 6 of them. North London Derby, to be fair, not many of us were expecting a win. If you were that confident, you may be expecting a draw, but either way, it ended the way most of us were expecting. And I have a guest with me. Cozy, how are you?
I'm really good, Blood. I should say I'm good because I've had some time off that win, and I think it's a couple of hours. I really envy Liverpool.
Loss.
That loss. I envy Liverpool. They have beaten Wolves, and we struggled so much against Wolves, and they've beaten them convincingly 4-0. That really makes me jealous. It hurts me so much. But anyway, the overall situation as an Arsenal fan is red, code red.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That I agree with you. Every time I watch after we lose, every time I go watching City or Liverpool, I even get more sad because I can't believe how good they are and how bad we are at the same time. Like that is like basically almost their second team playing against Wolves, and they still just like beat them without going to the next gear. Like they didn't have Alexander Arnold, they didn't have Van Dijk, Alisson, but they still beat them so easily. So what is wrong with us? How comes we cannot replicate that? I know they are years ahead of us with Klopp and stuff, but just the style of play, the number of chances they're creating there is so bad. So today we played Tottenham, and as I said before the game, let's be honest, were you expecting us to win?
The answer is no. I did expect Arsenal to win. I didn't expect Arsenal to go there, at the water and get 3 points. It was so hard for us. It would have been so unfair, But I expected us to put in some challenge to show that this was a North London derby. Hit the woodwork, hit the woodwork a couple of times. Make Hugo Lloris. Did I see? Did I see that? What was Hugo Lloris putting on today?
I mean, that's what I was saying. The other time.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter whether it was Lloris or Hart playing, because I don't trust us to get any shots out or stuff like that. They were so comfortable. I was saying we could have had another 90 minutes of that game and we wouldn't have scored another 90 minutes. They were so comfortable, so comfortable.
Exactly. This is what I'm talking about. Yes, we know that the club is going through a hard time right now, and Spurs is flying. They are flying colors, but try to show that this is a London derby. Try to show that you are a national side that is trying to get out of the mud that you're in. But we are showing that we are really comfortable in the situation we're in. I mean, when we have the ball, all we can do is pass around, left, right, center, very flat. You're not getting into the dangerous areas. You're like, as long as we have possession, and then they get 2 chances, they score 2 goals. I mean, they have they have the goal, the whole game, all together. And that really hurt me, that hurts me the most. They showed that they wanted the game. They took their chances. Look at how beautiful Son's goal was. But how many times did our players reach in that range, reach in that in that area? And how many chances did we try to shoot at their goal? We never did. We never did anything like that. So the truth is, Arsenal is not fighting to go back as a top level club. Arsenal is comfortable where we are.
That is the problem, and that is what hurts most. The fact that we know we are not going to win the game, that hurts. The fact that we know their game plan worked. Mourinho, there's a time Mourinho's even laughing. He was like, this is Arsenal.
Yeah, exactly.
The fact that they played against City kind of defensively and against Chelsea kind of defensively, and today he was like, you know what, we can beat these people. So that hurts a lot. So again, last question before we get into the player ratings. I don't know. Let me ask you, for the first 10 games at the start of the season, how many wins were you expecting from the first 10 games?
Truth is, the first 10 games, I looked at them, they were not so easy. And I said that, I said that on my channel. We had Manchester United in there. I thought that was a hard one. I thought Manchester City was a hard one. I thought Leicester City was a hard one. I thought Liverpool was a hard one. Those were 4 games I thought they were really hard. And, we had to side with Mikel Arteta. We had to sympathize with Mikel Arteta, whether he lost them, whether he got a draw, or or he won them. It was going to be good. But at least I thought we would win 6 games, and pick any of these 4, have a draw, have a win, and lose 2. That's what I expected as a big team, man. That's what I expected as a fan of a big team. I didn't expect my club to lose 4 games, draw 1 and lose 5. I mean, it really didn't make any sense for me. It didn't make any sense. I expected at least 5-6 wins in the first 10 games of the season. Those are 18 points out of 30. Then go out there on those big teams, get a draw against 2, something like 20 points out of the possible 30. That should have been that would have made sense. But now we have 13 points out of possible 33. How do you explain that?
It's terrible. Cookie says lost to Liverpool, City, Leicester, Wolves, Aston Villa, Spurs, drew at Burnley. We haven't played Burnley yet, but these same teams, we lost to Liverpool last season away, we lost to City away, we lost to Leicester away, we still lost to Wolves. Did you lose to Wolves? No, we didn't lose to Wolves last season, but we lost to Villa and we lost to Spurs. So it's kind of the same teams that usually beat us anyway.
Yeah, the same things, and this is the question we are asking right now. That if we lost to the same teams under Unai Emery and this guy was under pressure, we put him under pressure and we got sacked, why are we saying that, Mikel Arteta should stay? Why are we saying that Mikel Arteta needs more time? I mean, Unai Emery was under the same management. He was under, the same board and under the same everything, under the same conditions. We never give him time. We thought, he was not taking our team forward. We drove him out. And now we're having this guy, Mikel Arteta. He needs to be out because he's under the same conditions. He's not taking our club anywhere. And everybody, some people feel like, guy needs more time. Guy needs to be, given more money. Man needs to be, given more time, 4-5 years. We are in the relegation zone right now. Arsenal shouldn't be talking about relegation. 15th is so embarrassing. I cannot, really put on this jersey and say we're in position 15th. We're not Newcastle. We are not Newcastle. We're not Burnley. We're not West Brom. We are the big Arsenal. We are a member of the top 4. We are not even a member of the top 6. We're not even supposed to be talking about
top 10. Not even top 10.
Exactly. Now, it really doesn't. I don't understand. When you talk about the big 4 clubs in Europe, in England, is Arsenal, Manchester United, Liverpool, and Chelsea. But if you talk about the top 10, we are not among the top 10. We are not among the top 14 clubs. We are 15th, and we are comfortable. Against Burnley, it's gonna be a draw. You wait and see. It's gonna be a draw against Burnley. We lose against Southampton. We lose against Everton. And we lose against Chelsea. And everybody says Mikel Arteta needs more time. Let's trust the process. Let's give him more time. For me, I'm not giving guy more time. If it's time for him to go, let him go. Let us get in a manager. I don't care how many managers we get. We exchange, or how many managers we bring in and drop, as long as we get in someone who's going to change this club. Put this back. I would rather have Arsene Wenger back. Trust me. I'm at that extent. I would rather have this guy back because we were blaming him, but the truth is he was shielding us a lot of pain. Right now, the pain we are in is because Arsene Wenger, the shock absorber actually that we never wanted is off. Now we have weak shock absorbers, and they are really causing us the mess at Arsenal. I don't know how it's gonna be solved, but I think let us first get a mature manager first and foremost. Well.
LCFC boy, you can even see Leicester fans coming to Arsenal channels to eat popcorns and enjoy the content. I mean, you got a good victory today. They're doing very well, getting big victories, so you can understand every other team is scoring goals. The fact that we've only scored 10 goals, that hurts me. I always say we hate the likes of Sanchez, Walcott, Adebayo, but I remember when you used to have Adebayo and Van Persie, we used to score. We didn't have any problems with scoring goals. We used to get like 4 today, 5 tomorrow. These Portsmouths and Newcastles, we used to whip them up all the time. So it hurts that we can't even score goals, leave alone even win games. So last question again.
Look at this, Glenn. Yeah. Look at this, Glenn. You have a side that has Aubameyang, around 54, 60 million euros. You have a side that has Lacazette. He is 40, 50 million pounds. These guys are 100 million pounds. You have Pepe, who makes it 170 million pounds. These are forwards, these are proven players, and you have scored 10 goals in 10 games. I mean, literally, you're scoring 1 goal per game. 1 goal like this per game.
Less, because it's 11 games. Less than 1 goal per game.
Exactly. Less than 1 goal per game. I mean, where does this happen? I mean, Human Son as a player has the same number of has more number of goals than Arsenal combined, and we are reluctant as fans. We are still trusting the process.
I mean, maybe it's because we've reached a position where we are so used to mediocrity. So I also wanted to ask you about the manager. I know you guys are saying Allegri, Pochettino, but if you're Allegri right now, would you accept to come to Arsenal right now?
No, blood. Let me tell you this: no serious manager is going to take up an Arsenal job, blood. No serious manager is going to take up an Arsenal blood unless that contract is is written in blood. Unless that contract is written in blood, that you're gonna give me 100 million per month, per year, and I'm going to, change this, this club and so on. Everybody knows what's happening as Arsenal. It has been blown. Arsene Wenger was holding the cover. The cover was blown. Everybody knows what's going on, inside Arsenal. They know that this club is trashed. They know that this club, the board and the process is the reason as why this club is where they are. We have players like Glen Kightley that have been at the club for the last 5 years, and they're playing the same kind of football that is not taking us anywhere, and the board never talks about it until guy gets broken or something like that. So that then we go into a transfer window and bring in some other Glen Kightley that is a mediocre. We wait for every time we wait for a position to have a crisis. When before we get a crisis, we never we never think about now the forwards. Wait, Glenn, in the next 2 years we're going to have a crisis on the on the forward line. Aubameyang is going to be away. Willian is old. Lacazette is old. We're going to have a crisis, and we're going to be in the same old problems we were when before we brought in the likes of Alex Sanchez, the likes of those players. We're going to be in the same crisis, trying the Yaya Sanogos and trying the Bentners, because we never spot crisis before it happens. We actually deal with crisis 2 or 3 months later, or 2-3 years later, after it happened. We have a midfield crisis, but this crisis was visible. If Mercedes was not going to play, why not bring in a creative player? We had to sign a creative player, because the guy was not going to play because of politics. Everybody knew that on the board. Nobody bothered, and now we are struggling with creativity. The midfield's empty. Next season is going to be the forwards, and nobody's going to buy a forward. We shall buy a forward in 2023. Look at the defense. Koscielny leaves this club, and we bring in David Louis. We suffer a whole season because Kai has called multi-million penalties in one season. I just don't get what's wrong with this club. It is something that is eating up the club, and it has eaten it for the last 20 years. And I'm sorry.
So with all that said, do you still think Arteta is the problem?
I can't say Arteta is 100% the problem. I know he's a junior manager. I know he's an amateur. I know he's a manager that you would give Messi, Ronaldo, and all that talent, and he might not deliver. But he's not the problem. He's just one guy that has got a job, and the job is too heavy for him. He's a novice. He's new in the area. He's new in the field of management, and we want to put a lot of blame on him. But trust me, he needs to, as a manager, he needs to go somewhere. He needs to go somewhere where he can develop himself. Not at Arsenal. The problems at Arsenal are so big, and for us as fans, we want results. If you're the manager, we're gonna put all the blame on you, and we're gonna put all the pressure on you. And trust me, I've seen Mikel Arteta. He's a good manager. He's going to be a good manager, but not for us. No, right now we need someone who has practical solutions. Maybe solutions carved out of experience. I don't know who is that. Gonna be something like a Carlo Ancelotti, something like a Marcelo Bielsa or something, someone like that. But for Mikel Arteta, he's not a bad manager. I would want him to come back in the next 5-6 years. When he has improved a lot in his game.
So as I always tell you, and also Cookie in the chat, the likes of Nathaniel. Yes, he's not doing good, but I wouldn't sack him. because number one, I don't trust the board to bring in another good manager. You know what they'll do? You guys will scream for Arteta to be sacked, and then they'll bring Matasaka as the next manager, and it will be worse. It will be worse than Arteta. Why? Because they can afford him. And number two, can you trust the board to go and bring Allegri and Pochettino? No, they wouldn't. They won't pay that money.
Yeah,
they won't pay that money.
They wouldn't. And actually, I was talking to one of my subscribers, and we say that we won't be very surprised when Mikel Arteta is sacked, and we won't be surprised if Arteta is not sacked. But the problem is who's gonna come in. They're gonna bring in some man. Thierry Henry was failed at Monaco and everywhere, and they Patrick Vieira, and they bring him in and this guy is an old boy. He knows how the structure works and he knows how the team works. And the guy is just going to drown us into championship. I'm telling you, I've seen clubs like Newcastle, I've seen clubs like Leeds being great, and they have been relegated before. So it's not going to be a new chapter. When Arsenal is relegated, man, it happened to Newcastle. Newcastle have not been champions 50 years ago. They have been champions not less than 50 years ago. And now guys are have been relegated more than once. Look at Leeds; they're just coming back. You cannot even believe they were once a big side. This is what we are. This is the trend we are going for, and we are and we're slowly getting comfortable with it. But we have to know that the rate at which Arsenal is becoming a small club is a faster rate. It's a big rate. We are not becoming a small club at a small rate. We are losing 5 games in a row. That's a big rate, man. In the next 5 games, maybe even West Brom cannot lose 5 games in a row. Even Aston Villa, they cannot lose 5 games in a row. I mean, they'll get a draw, they'll spank someone and lose 3 games. Now for us, we lose 5, and you tell me that we are not becoming a mid-table. We're not even becoming a mid-table team, because last season we finished in mid-table, and this season we are aspiring to finish at bottom table, man.
The thing is, it's not. This problem started way back in 2006. Obviously, the moment Vieira went and all that, that's when it started. And yes, we were so happy with the top 4. We were happy with winning games, always qualifying for the Champions League, always going where, winning games 6-0 and stuff. But you can tell that every single season since, we've been dropping. Remember, there's a time we had 3 league titles. Chelsea had 0. I think they now have something like 6 or 7. Is still around 3. Yeah. We had 3. Man City had 0. I think they also have like 5 or 6 right now, overtaken us. Yeah. Liverpool, they've now taken 1. You can see them taking a few more. Leicester have also taken since we won a trophy. So City has overtaken us, Liverpool has overtaken us, Chelsea has overtaken us all these years. Leicester ahead of us now. Wolves are a better team than us right now. So we've been dropping. When Wenger left, I think we finished 5th, and then the next season 6th, and then I think 8th, and now we are 15th. So it means we are dropping every single season, and we need to be very careful. Otherwise, yes, you guys wanted to be sacked, but I think even if he's sacked, we're going to drop even more further, because I don't think they're going to bring any manager that we want anyway. If we were 100% sure that they're going to bring Allegri, then maybe I wouldn't even sack Arteta. Maybe asking if he wants to be part of the team, maybe assistant manager or something, because he has some qualities. But the players we have, they're not good enough, and that is the next topic. We're going to get into the players, the player ratings. So we lost 2-0 to Tottenham. That is, I think, the last time we won there is like 2014. So clearly we've been losing there anyway. So player ratings. Let me know what you guys think performed better, who performed worst, and make sure you drop a like for the people who are watching. So, Cozy, let's do this. Number 1, as obvious, Leno. What did you make of Leno today?
I think we could survive without a goalkeeper. That's the truth. Today, there was no work for Leno. The 2 goals, that we conceded, we wouldn't blame him. I'll ask myself, that Yada, that is Heung-min Son outside the box, and he's seeing that you're clearly going to be beaten as a goalkeeper. Maybe that I would say he should have customized his space and so on better. But there's no much work. They got 2 they got 2 chances. Actually, they got 1 chance, and they created themselves 1 chance out of nothing, and they scored both chances. I think what did Leno do really in this game? Really nothing. I don't want to blame him. I don't think he deserves any blame in this game. I don't want to give him any credit because he doesn't deserve any. I'll give him a flat 5. I think for just appearance, he didn't make any mistakes. Thanks be to God. But I thought the big thing was not on Leno. Now, all the goals we considered were not on Leno.
So 5 for him.
Yeah, 5 for him.
Let me know in the chat what you'd give Leno. Yeah.
Yeah. Just 5.
So
just 5.
Cookie says we are going down. I get you. Told you a month ago, out of his depth, no plan B. I get that point. I get that point of not having a plan B. Tierney Osaka, man of the match, Tierney. Tev says we take so long to. Yeah, I know that sorting out a problem before we sort it out, another problem has come up. Like right now, I think we have like 20 problems. We have a problem, our top scorer is not scoring. Ozil problem, we have the Bellerin problem on the right, we have the Kroenke problem, we have so many problems. I don't know.
We have the Vinay problem.
Yeah, we have Vinay problem. Cookie says Leno 4. Okay, so for me, I think I'd agree with you. Not much to do, in fact. Like, they just literally scored their goals and they let us have the ball. So the next one is going to be Kieran Tierney. For me, I think he was very, very good. He's crossing, but again, unfortunately, the likes of Aubameyang are not they're not converting those chances. And something that is very worrying, there's a time he was our only creative spark, like a few minutes, cross after cross after cross. That worries me. Can Arsenal really depend on crosses the whole second half? We put in 40 crosses, as I said in my match reaction. We don't have Crouch. We don't have the likes of like the Leicester fan boy in the chat. We didn't have people like Ujoa when they had the people like Ujoa in the box heading the ball and stuff like that. Why are you putting in cross after cross? That means we have no other way of scoring a goal, and we are just hoping crosses, hopeful crosses, hoping they go in, like nothing else. So I think he was probably a creative spark in the second half alongside maybe, I don't know. What did you give Tierney?
Brilliant performance. I think he was really, really, really brilliant. I mean, we have already seen him as one of the players that are becoming better and better at Arsenal. He's not disappointing. And this is what I'm saying, Glenn. At times we might blame Mikel Arteta, but such players like Kieran Tierney, are showing us something different. They're telling us that, there are some, good players in this team. There are some players that are trying to give everything they can. And there are some players that are really trash. There are players that don't have quality. There are players that are really, that are not concerned about their club. Kieran Tierney every game is playing good. He's trying to improve on his game. He's trying to bring in those crosses. Aubameyang's body language is like, I don't care whether I score or I don't score. I no longer care. I've done enough for this club. I'm getting my money. That's his body language. This guy brings in cross after cross after cross. We can't survive on crosses. I mean, we can survive on crosses because if you have a real-time goal scorer, if you had Edson Cavani there, that guy should have scored 2-3 goals, off the crosses of Tierney. But this guy, is crossing balls for Lacazette, is crossing balls for Aubameyang. Men are like, we want to leave. I don't know what their body language, is speaking. We want to leave. We don't care about this club. We are too big for this club. I don't know what their body language is speaking. But I think Tierney was so brilliant, so brilliant. I'll give him an 8 out of 10. My man of the match in the Arsenal side. I don't know what we would have done without him because we would look so clueless when it comes to going forward. He was so good going forward, so good because trust me. Apart from the exploitation of Bellerin and Holding, there wasn't much work to do defensive-wise, for us. Tottenham were not thinking about attacking us all the time and putting us on pressure. That wasn't their strategy. Their strategy was sit back, get 2 chances, 3 chances, attack us. Now they're gonna panic, score 2 goals. They can't score against you. They can't break you down, and that is it. And that's what they did. So Tierney, big up man. I hope these performances continue even when Mikel Arteta is out of the club, man. 8 out of 10, man.
I don't disagree with that. The next one is another left-hand side defender, Gabriel. Which game do you think he did better or worse? Was it Wolves or today?
I think the goals we considered today, I think I'm not going to blame him. I'm not going to blame him. Against Wolves, I think he should have done. He should have done better. He should have done better. And of course, he's a good player. I love him, but I'll call him to do better. But in today's game, I think he was just a normal player. I'm not going to praise him. He wasn't so exceptional. He wasn't doing these things like hitting the ball or always aerial duels, ground duels. He wasn't doing them because there was there wasn't something like that to call him to do that. But I think he was good. He has when he had the ball, he tried to look out, on those long passes out for Saka, out for Willian, trying to look for Aubameyang, who is always, very lost. I don't know what kind of creativity he wants. I think he wants, balls on his boot, and which is, really not readily available at the club. But I think, Gabriel was good. He was in shape. He kept in shape all the game because you're playing against Harry Kane. He's one of the best strikers in the league. You have to stay in shape. You have to stay so strong. And, and he was. So I have no problems with him. I'll give him a standard 7. I'll give him a 7 because I think his performance was not actually disappointing.
Okay, I don't think the left side is our problem. Maybe I'd give him a 6, but as you can tell, the left side is not our problem. But, Cozy, the next one is our problem, a very big problem. I'm just looking at the TV right now, and I didn't even realize on the first goal, when Son was cutting in, Bellerin actually slid and fell down. What the hell? Why did he fall down like when someone is going to shoot the ball? So before we even get to him, let's go to Holding, because I can also see he was close to the goal scorer, both goals, close to Son and close to Kane for the second goal. So what would you give Holding? Is he good enough? Would you have sold him in the summer? Would you have loaned him out? Do you regret us keeping him?
Look, bro, I think I'm not different from so many Arsenal fans. I'm not different, and I can't even think of myself as a different Arsenal fan. When we were trying to let Rob Holding get out of this club, I was to Newcastle because Newcastle was so much interested. They wanted to take him on loan. I was like, why don't we keep him? Let us give him chance. Let us, he's developing as a defender. Let us give him chance to do whatever he's doing and so on. But trust me, this guy is not so bad, but he's not up to the standards of playing at Arsenal. And this is what I've been telling people. As the fans, us as a club, you will need to be ruthless. If a player is good but not good enough, they are not good enough, period. It's not there isn't like they are good, but they're not good enough. Rob Holding is not good enough. Look at that human song goal. Guys cutting in, and Rob Holding is giving him more space, giving him more space, obstructing Leno, and guy shoots and it's almost a penalty, from 60 yards. You understand? So Rob Holding, why? My question is easy, very easy. Why do you let Human Song? He's your man. He was his man. With Bellerin. Why do you let him cut in? Getting into closer and closer, and getting more space to go on goal. Why do you let him do that? Push him. Song is not one of the strongest players in world football. At least put a push on him. Show some competition. But guy shoots and everybody's like, yeah. It's a brilliant goal. It's a brilliant goal. But brilliant goal without competition, man. The defender is giving him, chance to shoot. There's no competition on that ball. And these are the people that are costing us games every day, day in, day out. So for me, Rob Holding, he wasn't good enough. He wasn't good enough. I'll give him a 4 out of 10 because both goals, they came from his wing. That second goal, for Christ's sake,
4 out of 10.
4. I'll give him a 4. Stand 4.
Let me know in the chat what you give Holding. 4 out of 10. Okay.
Truth is, you're there and you see that we are outnumbered. How do you position yourself? You know that Son is going to look out for Kane, and that's what exactly he does. And you can't look out for for Son. For me, Holding he had a poor game. Those 2 chances.
I'm surprised you gave him a 4. Tev says every game teams target Bellerin and Holding. Why do they do that? Because they know they're the weak points. Now, Holding could be a good defender, as you say, but he is not supposed to be starting for Arsenal. Yeah. Holding goes to Liverpool, he's in the 3rd team. Holding goes to City, he is in the bench. He goes to Chelsea, he might not even make the bench. Why is he starting for us?
Holding is not a Leicester City player. He cannot play against Soyuncu and this guy. How do I forget him? Saliba's partner. I said it in last season. Man, he cannot outsit them. And we are using him in our squad. We're leaving Saliba out on the bench, one of the best players, the best young players. And we are using, come on, it doesn't make sense, man. Doesn't make sense. But let me give him a 4. Let me give him a 4.
So for me, he cannot be starting for Arsenal. You're giving him a 4. He cannot get anywhere near 4. He's going to get a 2 for me. Terrible in the first half. Very, very bad. That was very, very bad. First goal, second goal, all of them so easy for Kane and Son to turn in every time. And it's not just one game. It's like every single game he does that. Like, it's so easy for the opponent to just spin him around every single game. So just a 2 for Holding. Now, the next one can even get less. Hector Bellerin. Hector Bellerin, Cozy.
Bellerin gets a straight 0 for me. He gets a straight 0 because man doesn't have basics. So, I mean, a footballer who doesn't have basics, how do I award marks for, how do I, award marks to him? He gets a basic 0 because, man cannot throw the ball and he's a right back. How do you explain that? How do you explain that you're a right back for, you've been a right back for the last 10 years, right from junior academy, and you can't throw the ball? You can't, mere throw in, you're always fouled 7 times. 7 times in one single season. And it has just started, and you're always fouled for wrong throw-ins. Where does that happen? I'm telling you, Glenn, this club is pampering players. This club is pampering players. This club is pampering players. A 25-year-old doesn't know how to take a throw in, and he's playing every day. He's playing every day. 11 out of 11 games in the Premier League. And you tell me we're not going to lose. The first throw in he took in the game, throws it at straight to a Spurs boot, to a Spurs player on the boot, and you're like, how do you lose possession by throwing away the ball? I mean, literally, he was looking for not the one, because the closest person there was Alexander Lacazette, and was very, very, very distant. You could give him that ball and he could return it without losing it. Guy gives it to a Tottenham player, throwing it, and I'm like, what the hell is this is going on? And Mikel Arteta is giving him a match every day. Leave alone that 2 goals coming, and they're coming from his wing. He's going forward, he's not delivering, and he's leaving vacuums and acres and acres of space at the back. We are exploited. We are you have Son, one of the most the fastest players in the league. You got to know that. If you're going forward, that means you have to to be back as soon as possible. Guy goes there and sleeps there, and and takes soda and starts eating hot dogs. We concede another, and game is over. He's waiting for a 12th start. And Mikel, oh my God, I don't know. I'll give him a 0. I just give Hector Bellerin 0. But I hope I never see. I thought Kolasinac was the worst player, but Kolasinac can throw the ball, man. Kolasinac can throw the ball. I've not seen Kolasinac do such stupid things. Like, I've not seen him. Oh my God, Bellerin.
Let me ask you, the time he was being targeted by PSG, did you want him to be sold or did you want him to stay?
I've never defended Hector Bellerin that he should not be sold. I've never. I still have my videos. I'll go and rewatch them. If I ever say that he shouldn't go, I'm gonna delete those videos and apologize officially on my channel. I've never said that Bellerin should stay at Arsenal. I've never said. Right from last season, that guy was, it's the reason as why he brought in Cedric. Bellerin.
So you watch the likes of Alexander Arnold on that wing and Reece James, and you just get depressed because you wonder the difference in quality. The difference in quality. There's no quality at all. So you give him a 0.
A 0. You see, United have Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Guy doesn't go forward, but if you come and against him in defense, he's gonna smash you. He's gonna crack you down. Now Bellerin is a hologram defensive wise, and and going forward, man doesn't have an idea, and we are proud that he's our right back.
So you're giving him a 0. Okay, so yeah, that's our defense. I also thought he was very, very poor today. Again, in the 90th minute, instead of putting in a cross, he gives away the ball. So terrible. So he gets probably get a 1 for me. The next one is Granit Xhaka. Granit Xhaka. Makes two silly fouls in the first 20 minutes. Should have gotten a yellow card. He was lucky not to get. I don't know what he was doing fouling Kane in the first 5 minutes. That was a bad foul. I would have booked him. What did you make of his performance?
Let him leave. I mean, Granit Xhaka, let him leave.
Why did he stay?
I'm asking myself, there are players that should just leave our club in peace. That is true. Some players should just leave our club in peace. Some players should just leave. Like Granit Xhaka, you don't have a future at Arsenal. You're just wasting our time. These are players that are wasting our time. Deceiving the transfer board. Every season that we have midfielders, that we have players. We don't know that. I even don't know why he started. I thought Mohamed Elneny would start with Partey. That was my thought. And I saw man like Granit Xhaka starting, and I was like, "What's this?" Guy doesn't, defensive wise, I don't see Granit Xhaka. He's very slow. Going forward, he doesn't have any ideas. I ask myself, when this guy is on the pitch, what is his role? What is he doing? When we are caught in the break, he's not there. When we are attacking and we need someone who can, create something or lift the ball for Aubameyang or lift the ball for Lacazette, man cannot do that. What is he doing on the pitch? I even don't know. But anyway, a standard 3. I think a 3 can work for him. 3.
Okay, I think you said it all. The next one is his midfield partner Partey. Do you think we rushed him? Do you think he wasn't ready and we rushed him? Because he was brilliant in that first half, but he got injured.
Yeah, he was brilliant. He was so brilliant. Spurs felt his presence. Everybody felt his presence on the pitch, but I think he was not yet ready to come back. Yeah. Of course, the way he went to Mikel Arteta, tells him, "I'm injured. I wanna get off this pitch." It only shows you that maybe the injury is even worse. And I'm telling you, the truth is, I'm scared. If we lose Partey out of this team, I don't know who we are bringing in. I don't know who we are bringing in. If we lose Partey to injury, we are gone. If any announcements comes out that Partey is out for 2-3 months, we are gone. We are done. That means Granit Xhaka and Ceballos are going to play for the whole season. We are gone. We are officially relegated. Trust me. He was brilliant. I think he's the only player who tried to shoot out outside the box. He's the only player who tried to drive that ball inside the box. He's the only player who tried to pass around. Still possess. He literally did everything in that at half time. And the time he was on the pitch, I'll give him an 8 out of 10. I think he was so brilliant.
Yeah, I agree that he was probably your best player in that first half, definitely. And the moment he went off, nothing in the middle, totally nothing. He was the only one who can compete with, or who could compete with Højbjerg and Sissoko in the middle. But as soon as he went off, but he was rushed in. What did you make of the fact that he went off the pitch instead of like going down on the pitch and then hoping the referee would blow the whistle?
Not really, because I was just for me it was already enough that he has gone off. It was just enough that he has gone off. I was so scared. That's the truth. I want to say I was so scared when I saw him go. When I saw that he was going off, I was like, now problems have just escalated. Problems have just escalated. And still right now I'm still scared about the fact that he's off, man. I'm trying to Google out his situation and so on, but there is nothing yet. So maybe I'll listen to Charles Watts tomorrow and see what he's going to say.
Yeah, so 8 for Partey. The next one is Willian. What did you make of Willian's performance again today?
We have already screwed Willian and gone in there and told the world and so on what things. Willian is, for me, I think Willian is a brilliant player, but I think he should have gone to something like Shanghai Shenhua or Dallas or what are these major league clubs, the major league soccer clubs? You understand, man? Yeah. That was it was time for him to go there. It was time for him to go there. Right now, the time he's spending at Arsenal, he's just frustrating us. He's
Just before you, just before you go on, the fact that you said he should have gone to Shanghai Shenhua or Dallas, the fact that these guys Augsburg are trolling us on Twitter. Someone tweeted and said Augsburg is Shaka's level, and Augsburg said respect us because they know how bad the Arsenal players are. They're like, don't put our name next to Shaka's name, please. That's how disrespectful it is. So I'm sure after you say that, if they picked this up, they would take it to Shanghai Shenhua and they would say, no. So go on about Willian.
Yeah, this is the problem with Willian. The guy does not have anything like output. And I've been looking at him, in today's game. Like, he has the ball. I love his, game involvement. He's not so bad, in game, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, those things. He's not so bad. But what's the end product? What are you doing as the end product? He's been, he starts on free kicks with, Bukayo Saka, and you thought he was this, we thought he had brought in as free kick specialist, someone who could help, who could help us, free kicks. Nothing. Dribbles, and passes the ball back. Dribbles forward, passes the ball back. And I'm like, what's really going on? So I think there was nothing new today to his performance. It is his average performances as usual, average. I'm going to give him a 2 out of 10. I thought when we had possession, that's the time when we need players like Willian to break down the defense of a club like Tottenham. I mean, they don't have the best defenders in the world. They have Toby and Dyer. You break them down, but there was nothing.
I also feel the same. Like, if there's no Ozil on the pitch, there's no Nelson on the pitch, there's no Ceballos on the pitch, he should be the one who's supposed to take the ball and run with it and link the midfield to the strikers. Like, take the ball from Partey, take it to Aubameyang and Lacazette. But he doesn't do that.
Exactly. Willian at Chelsea was a Willian that would, shoot 2 times outside the box. 2 times outside the box. And Arsenal man never does that. I don't know what he does, but he never does that. He never tries to create chances for us. He's always trying to, do things that are not understandable. Mikel Arteta keeps him on the pitch. I don't understand. 2 out of 10. 1 out of 10. Nothing.
Do you think he should be tried as a number 10?
No. I just think he should be left out of the team.
Okay, that's a convincing no. So 2 for him. Maybe I'd give him maybe a 3 or something like that. So the next one is Saka. The thing I'd say with Saka in the first half, he had a couple of 3 opportunities to put in across, and then he had a bad touch, a poor touch in the first 10 minutes again. When I think it was Aubameyang who gave him the ball instead of putting in across, he had a poor touch. How do you make of his recent performances and today? Like, his confidence is gone?
Yeah, I know. His confidence is gone. I understand his confidence is gone. I'm not going to be too harsh on Bukayo Saka. He's a young player, and he's one of the players that, if you count, the times Arsenal has been on the shoulders of one player, we have been on the shoulders of Bukayo Saka. If you guys still remember very well, there was a time when Arsenal was on the shoulders of Saka, and it was Saka. We were like, bring on Saka. Why don't you play Saha? No, Saka. Now, guy is, this is a young boy, less than 20 years of age. He's tired, He's tired. He can't run the show all the time. Even this season, against Manchester City, against clubs like, West Ham, it was Saka. Guys getting tired because the energy levels is using, is so much. Yes, I know he had some poor touches. I know he has had, 2 clinical opportunities to finish in the past weeks. I understand, but how about the other players? What are they doing? I'm not going to be too harsh on Bukayo Saka. I think as a young boy, Mikel Arteta needs to develop him more. He's not doing anything to develop him. The way Unai Emery left him is the way the guy is. We're just training him. Mikel Arteta needs to develop these players. We need to see that something has improved on Bukayo Saka. Maybe if he has a poor first touch, as Mikel Arteta, try to do that on training. If he has a poor finishing touch, as Mikel Arteta, try to improve that on training. Guys not improving anything on the players, and I'm not sure, but of course today Bukayo Saka's performance was not impressive. I want to say that it was not so impressive. I saw him taking, trying to take free kicks, and I was like, yeah, I understand. I see him. He's trying. He's trying to show that, let me try this for the club. Let me try the other things for the club. Things that other clubs are not, other things are not doing. Other players are not doing. Aubameyang, he can take free kicks. I've not seen him, stand on free kicks for some time. He should be doing that. Saka, I'll give Saka a 4. I'll give Saka a 4. I think, in today's game, he wasn't there. He wasn't there. I think I understand.
I'd actually give him a 6. I think in the second half he was very good. His combination with Tierney tried to create some chances, put in some 2-3 good crosses that there was no one to finish. The likes of I think Willian missed one and Lacazette missed one or something. So I think I'd give him a 6 to be fair to him. In the first half, 4, but the second half he was good. So 6 for him. You'd give him a 4. So I guess that is a 5 for Saka. Then the next one, as you've said, Aubameyang. So now, obviously all of us like Aubameyang, but after every single game, after he performs poorly, I'm always like, oh no, fans are going to turn on him, because in the first half he got a pass from Partey. A confident Aubameyang, like the Aubameyang who faced his Chelsea in the final and City in the semi-final and Liverpool in the Community Shield, a confident Aubameyang would turn and shoot that ball. But the Aubameyang of this season, he tried to pass it to Saka. In the second half, Aubameyang against Alderweireld, when he had that shot blocked, a confident Aubameyang would go into his right foot immediately and shoot the ball. But today you could see him like, what should I do? Should I shoot? Will the fans say this and that? He turns to his left and is blocked out. The same thing he did, I think, against Wolves. Had a chance, he took the ball from Patricio, but the decision making is kind of slow these days. So what needs to happen with Aubameyang? I mean, we tried him as a centre forward. I think 2-3 games didn't work. So what's his best position? What should you do with him? I had people saying he should be dropped, but when you drop him, who do you bring in?
Well, I believe Aubameyang's confidence, form, talent, and everything is dropping because of the low levels around the club and the low levels of energy around the club. I understand that. I really understand that. I get it at the point. If you try to use it as an excuse that everybody is so bad at the club and so his energy has dropped as well, I would understand that. But look, Aubameyang is our captain. Aubameyang is a leader. We need to draw energy from Aubameyang. We need to, he needs to show players what to do. He needs to give players, the confidence that we can do it. But his body language is like, if you don't want to play, don't play. For me, I'm getting my money. That is that's body language, and that is not actually acceptable. He's my captain. I love him. For the past 2 seasons, we've been relying on him, and I don't want to take it out on him. He's so bad and so on. He was missing in this game. He was missing in action. Trying to go. He tried to go out on the flanks to create some chances, but they were not happening. I think Aubameyang, because we were saying he needs creativity and so on. Still, like I said, give him a brilliant chance. He should have used that. He should have used that to show that, guys, this is what I'm lacking. This is what I'm looking for. He never used it. Kiante was floating in a couple of chances, crosses. He should have used one of them. He never did that. That ball he headed over the bar. In the second half, he should have done better. Hit that ball towards, below the bar, a little bit, lower, and score, and show us that, you're not scoring because of lack of opportunities, but the opportunities coming and you're not scoring. The truth is, I don't know what's wrong about Aubameyang. Today, I'm just going to give him a 2 out of 10. I'm really sorry for my captain. 2 out of 10. He was missing in action.
Did I hear you say Aubameyang is a leader?
No, I didn't say. I didn't say he's a leader, but the fact that he has that armband, it makes him symbolically becomes the leader at the club. He takes on the responsibility and the roles of a leader at the club, man.
Yeah, sorry. Someone says check your mic, so just check your mic.
My mic?
Yeah, it's going on and off. Let's see the con. For me, Aubameyang, I don't know. Yes, we tried him as a central striker, but it didn't work. And I'm sure he's not getting chances. I know he's not getting enough chances like he should. He's not getting the crosses. Sometimes the passes are just hit like crosses, like headers. Aubameyang has never been good at headers. Let's be honest. He has never been good at headers, but some chances he should take. It's not fair on him to I don't know. Should we drop him? No, because I've heard people saying drop him. But if you drop him, our biggest fears, our biggest nightmares came true. Like the fact that we always said, if Aubameyang doesn't score, are we going to win games? And right now, it's proving to be true. If Aubameyang doesn't score, we are very, very bad. So I don't know. What you said? You give him what?
I'll give him a 2 in this game. I'll give him a 2 in this game.
I think maybe a 3, because yeah, maybe 2 is fair. Maybe 2 is fair. What about Lacazette? How did you make of Lacazette's performance? Was he good? Was he just as bad?
I think Lacazette. Lacazette was better than Aubameyang. Lacazette was better than Aubameyang. Yeah, he's game involvement. He was involved. You could see him do trouble the men, get fouled here and there. Aubameyang, I don't even remember whether he was fouled in that game. Lacazette was trying to get fouling the men actually on the other side, trying to win the ball back, trying to carry that ball forward, looking out for Willian, looking out for Aubameyang himself. He was trying to do the things. But I think he should have scored that opportunity. I don't know whether it was Bellerin who was trying to slot in the ball in the second half, but it was a little bit, I think, far from him, and it was swept away before it could reach him. So he was a little bit unfortunate there. But I thought he was more involved in the game than Aubameyang was, and he has been more involved in the game in the past 2 games. One against Rapid Vienna, and this one against Tottenham. So I'll give him a 5 because I thought he tried to put some pressure on that Tottenham side, especially around the middle of the park.
Oh, I think again that is very less. I'd give Lacazette a 7. I think he was our best player today, alongside Partey. Energy-wise, he's the only one who looked like he cared. He's the only one who tried. He's the only one who was fighting. He's the only one who got himself into positions to try and score. I think in the last 2 games he's played very well, and I think he was one of the better players with Partey. So I think 5 is kind of low. I wouldn't give him. Partey and Tierney are the top 3 players today, obviously. So I'd give him a 7 for me. So you said 5, so again you're going to give him a 6. And Nketiah will give him a standard 5 because he wasn't on for too long. And Ceballos, what did you make of Ceballos 45 minutes?
Flat passing, predictable, flat passing, predictable football. What else can I say? The same old story. Danny Ceballos. If you are giving Nketiah 5, I'll give him a 5 as well.
Give him a Nketiah 5, yeah. So are you surprised we brought on just 2 subs and not 3? Niles, Willock all on the bench?
I don't know why he brought in Nketiah. I don't know why he brought in Nketiah. I mean, you're not creating chances in the box. Nketiah is a box player. Nketiah is a guy who needs the ball on his feet and is going to shoot and reshoot to score. And then you bring in Nketiah without creating chances. You have 3 players who need to be fed. You already have Aubameyang. You already have Lacazette. He can do the same thing. And then you bring on Nketiah. I was like, is he okay? But I know he had already lost the game, so there wasn't anything that he was doing that would piss me more or impress me. No matter what happened. So I think
let's just go straight to it. Ceballos, okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead with what you're saying about Ceballos.
I think Ceballos is a kind of player that needs to play. You see, when you have a player like Thomas Partey, you play Danny Ceballos, and then you add a number 10 up front. It's going to work so good because he's very good at passing the ball round and round and round and round and round. But if you bring him as the creative masterpiece, my God, you're just going to suffer, man. You're just going to suffer with it. But I think literally what he does is to spread the ball, to spread play, and Mikel Arteta doesn't appreciate that.
Okay, so you gave what Ceballos? What did you give him?
Yeah.
What did you give him out of 10?
I gave him a 5. I gave him a 5.
Okay, the next one is Arteta. Before you even talk about Arteta, let me know what you made of when you see tactics like this. I'll put it on screen. When you see tactics like that, what do you make of that? Everyone behind the ball. That was at 1-0 down, by the way.
Yeah.
What do you make of that? Do you think Arteta is the one who tells them to play like that?
I mean, they never played like that under Unai Emery, even when we considered, so many goals.
Mm-hmm.
You still remember?
Yeah.
Yeah. You see, Mikel Arteta thinks defending the ball and waiting for the opponent to make a mistake is the way to go, but literally it isn't. He has been proven so many times wrong, but it's not just accepting. Even if you wait for your opponent to make a mistake, when you do not actually let them make that mistake, it's just the worst. Look at these players: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 players. 9 players.
Have you counted the goalkeeper?
Yeah.
Yeah.
9 players. And what's interesting is that we have conceded goals when these guys are 9, 8, 10 behind the ball. Against Aston Villa, we conceded, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you ask yourself, why doesn't he change tactics? Why is he letting our club lose, like as if we don't have a way out? It's like, I even don't know, man. You don't know.
That is very concerning. So what did you make of his starting lineup? Are you happy with the starting lineup?
I had no problems with it. I had no problems with it because one of the things I know about Arsenal is that even if you brought in Mauricio Pochettino or you brought in Ewan Allegri or whoever you brought in, or Guardiola, we don't have a big squad depth. So most of the players you see or we saw today, they're the best. They're the creme de la creme. Apart from maybe Pepe replacing Willian, they're the creme de la creme. So I'm not going to say Mikel Arteta and this is a bad lineup, because no, it's a bad lineup. What do you mean? It is it's one of the best lineups you can bring to the Arsenal side. It's one of the best lineups. So I really had no problems with it. I think the 3-4-3, I was trying to respect Spurs. Xhaka Partey. I'll ask myself why he played Xhaka. I thought Mohamed Elneny was even better.
I thought he was going to play Elneny for sure, because Xhaka and Sabas were terrible last week.
Elneny has a big work rate. Elneny has a big work rate, more than Xhaka. Elneny chases the ball. Elneny passes the ball around when he gets it, and you're playing this guy, Granit Xhaka. So Mikel Arteta, yeah, I know that lineup. Xhaka shouldn't have started. Bellerin shouldn't have started. Willian shouldn't have started. Give a chance to Reece Nelson. His end product is poor, but at least, you can see his impact on the pitch. You don't see Willian's impact on the pitch. That is it. So I think those are the 3 players should have kept up with the lineup. Tactics, 0 tactics. 0 tactics. Yeah. Glenn, today we didn't play anything of the manager. If someone is on the chat and thinks there is something we did that was from the manager, they should bring it up. We didn't play anything from the manager. Absolutely nothing. Players played their thing. We got the results we got.
Not even that, because the 9 people behind the ball.
You see, Glenn, when you don't have the ball and a team like Spurs is attacking you, whether it's the manager who tells you or not, players are going to be behind the ball.
But I mean, that is also inviting pressure. We also know that if you have everyone behind the ball every single time, you're inviting pressure.
Exactly. And
then the problem is, again, you have the ball. Yes, you're 8, 9 men behind the ball, but again, in the 44th minute when you're trying to attack, they counter-attack us and we have like 6 players against 2. How comes? Where's everyone gone? Where's the back 9 gone all of a sudden? So game management is very poor.
Exactly. You know, truth is, Mikel Arteta's tactics today, they were not there. I think he assembled players and told them, man, go out there, we are versing Spurs. I think that's what he told them. He didn't tell them that, I don't know whether he ever does background research on a club we are going to play. Because I've not seen change of tactics. Apart from Manchester United, I've not seen change of tactics in Mikel Arteta's game. No. He never does.
I'll actually disagree with that. I actually think he does too much focus on the opponent and even forgets about how we are going to play. I think he focuses too much on how the opponent is going to play. And now we are going into every single game as underdogs. Even next week as Burnley, we could easily be underdogs in that game.
I think he's not focusing on opponents. He's afraid of every opponent. He's afraid of every opponent, and his focus is make them not to score fast. Let us first, try to make them score, and that's what he does against Villa. He does it against Leicester City. He does it against Manchester City. He does it against Liverpool and all the other clubs. Because if he's focused on the clubs, you would see that against a club like Spurs that is a counter-attacking club, we are pressing them so high and we are limiting them from running with the ball. A team like Manchester City that's very good at passing, they don't run. You let them have the ball, but take them on the break very fast. Capitalize on that. But we play the same game, the same game against Spurs, the same game against Manchester City. No tactics.
So what did you give him?
No tactics. I'm even surprised that we talked for an hour, blood. I'm really surprised.
What did you give him?
I'll give him a 1.
A 1, okay. Let me answer this question from Nathaniel. So the answer is yes. I already did a video talking about Arteta, I think a week ago or something, and I said these are not his players. And for me, I still believe even if you have Allegri and Ancelotti with this same kind of players, the best we do is maybe 10th because the players are so poor. The players are so bad. Even if Allegri came in, he wouldn't teach Bellerin how to make a throw-in. Maybe he'd drop him and start Niles. That is fine. Maybe the substitutions have been bad. Maybe the tactics have not been there. That is fine. But do you trust the board to go and bring Ancelotti and Allegri? They won't. As I said to Cozy Ali, they go and they'll bring Mertesacker and the thing will be terrible. Mertesacker will come in and he'll say, you know what, I don't like Partey, I don't like Gabriel. Let's sell them. Let's bring my own players. And then after 6 months, again, we are complaining. If you convinced me 100% that they were going to bring Allegri or Pochettino to the team and that time would go, that is fine. But the fact that you can't trust the board to bring in anyone of that caliber, they won't pay the money. For me, I believe the board won't pay that money. Plus, these players have been so bad. So even if Allegri came in, he won't be able to do much with these players. He will also ask to go and buy his own players. So for me, I will still give him this next. I want to give him this next transfer window and see what kind of players he's targeting. Obviously, I don't want us to lose against Burnley and Southampton. If we lose the next three games, obviously he's in trouble. But I don't think we lose those games. I'm hoping we'll win them, but I say the same thing about Wolves and we still lost. So I don't think the players are not good enough, man. As I said, you can look at Tottenham's bench today. They have Bale, they have Lucas Moura, they have Vinicius, they have Sanchez, Davis. You look at our bench, you have Willock, Nketiah, Niles, Mustafi. That's a big difference there. We faced West Ham a couple of months ago. On their bench, they had Felipe Anderson before he left. They had Lanzini. You look at our bench again, you see Nketiah, you see Elneny. Quality in the players. We have no quality. Any manager will struggle to get the best of these players. Maybe it wouldn't be 15th, maybe it'd be 11th, fine. But do you trust the board to go and get yourself Allegri? Would you even join the club if you're Allegri? I wouldn't if I was them. So I'd give him one transfer window and see who he goes and gets. So I don't think he likes Mustafi. I don't think he wants to play Shaq in the middle either. So for me, my answer is yes. At least just freestyling. Yeah. Do you think we are stuck with Mikel? Yeah, kind of. I think we're kind of stuck with him because the board is not going to pay any money to bring anyone else, unfortunately. So who was your man of the match, Cozy? For us? Or which players impressed you most? Let me ask it like that. Two players who impressed you most.
I'll go with Kieran Tierney and Partey.
Kieran Tierney and Partey. And which two players disappointed you most?
Bellerin.
And who else?
Bellerin,
Mm.
and Aubameyang.
I mean, Shaka was bad. Aubameyang was bad. So you'd say Bellerin and Aubameyang.
Bellerin and Aubameyang. I expect much out of Aubameyang. I do expect much out of Aubameyang. So much. And Bellerin
Okay,
cannot
so-
take it. Wait. I mean, here is it. DT. Bellerin cannot even take a throw.
Yeah.
Bellerin cannot even take a throw. And everybody's saying this. I'm really happy Arsenal fans can see this. Bellerin cannot take a throw. Oh my God.
And why is he? And it's not one time. He does it like every single game.
Exactly.
I don't understand that. So give me a starting lineup for Arsenal and Burnley quickly.
Arsenal Burnley starting lineup. Leno stays in goal. I'm going for back for this time against Burnley. Cedric comes in for Bellerin. Luis comes in for Holding. Gabriel and Chiantiani retain their positions. Thomas Partey is out, obviously. Mohamed Elneny comes in with. I'll play Mohamed Elneny with Danny Ceballos. 4-2-3-1. That's my formation. 4-2-3-1. Three. Pepe is back. There's no reason. Pepe plays.
No, Pepe is not actually back. He's not back yet. He's going to be back against Southampton, not back.
Really?
I think it's 3 games. Yeah, it's not available.
He got his red card against Leeds, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Pepe is not back. So I play Reece Nelson. I play Aubameyang on the left, Reece Nelson on the right, and I'll play Lacazette as my number 10. To hell with Willian.
Who would be up front?
I'll give. I mean, this can't happen, but I'll give Balogun a chance. Let us try something new, man. Let us try something new. You have seen Lacazette can do well in the number 10. Aubameyang doesn't do. He's not doing so well when he's waiting for.
Wait. You throw in Balogun against Ben-Mee and Tarkowski.
Yeah, I'll bring in Balogun. I'll try Balogun.
You think he can be able to fight that presence of those two?
Do not trust me. Let me trust you. Even if even when we have played, sides where we thought we would do better with Aubameyang and Lacazette, that we had a super striking force. We have been the same old Arsenal. So why not bring in Balogun and try something new?
I can't argue that. Everyone who's been playing has been awful. And another thing that hurt was Mourinho has always beaten us the same kind of way. He just comes in defense, scores 2 goals, and the game is over. There's a time he was laughing in the second half. That is just
he was laughing on the line, man. He was laughing on the line. He was like, "This Arsenal is
terrible. This is the easiest game we've had all season." So that one hurts, man. That one hurts. 6 defeats already this season. I don't know where we go to next. Of course, against Dundalk. I don't think he'll take any of the senior players. I'm expecting the likes of Balogun. I'm waiting to see Balogun playing in that. Aziz, Smith Rowe, Nelson, maybe Willock, all those players. So we wait to see. But anyway, we lost the game 2-0. Some poor performances from the likes of Bellerin, Xhaka. Aubameyang goes quiet again. I don't know where we head from here. Kane scoring again, by the way, becomes the all-time goal scorer in the North London derby. We've just made him have that in a couple of years immediately. So that one really hurt. But thank you everyone for watching. That was me and Koz with the player ratings. Keep staying safe, and I'll catch up with you guys later.